Hello everyone, welcome back to another thrift store finds video. Went out this morning and had some pretty good luck at the Goodwill bargain bins, including a big stack of 90s young adult horror fiction from the 80s and 90s was the golden age for that kind of stuff. Anything from Goosebumps to a little bit older, like middle school level, Fear Street and Christopher Pike. And got a nice little stack here. We have some Christopher Pike, The Last Vampire 3. So his are always interesting to find. It's Vampire 2. So a handful of his, all from the Goodwill bins. So a quarter a piece, a bunch of R.L. Stine, Fear Street. A couple that I've seen before, like any of the cheerleader ones. This one, House of Whispers, I know I've seen plenty of times, and a few that I have not seen before. We have the Stepsister, the Mind Reader, High Tide, and then a few others from some different authors. We have The Chase by L.J. Smith and the Nightmare Hall, The Initiation by Diane Ho. Never heard of that one at all. And we have The Secret Circle. It's from the author of The Vampire Diaries. Interesting, but this is a different series. Never heard of this one. A couple of those. So good little find there. That was already a great selection. Those are mostly all in one bin, and a whole bunch of other book finds and some VHS, all kinds of stuff. We have one Stephen King, The Dark Tower 5, and nice hardcover edition. I've actually sold that exact edition before. Buffy the Vampire Slayer #1. So we'll find some Buffy. This is a 50s print of Grand Hotel. I've never read the book. I have seen the movie. We have a copy of the movie. That's pretty interesting. It's one Star Trek randomly from the Captain's Table. Always really enjoyed that series. And Kim Harrison. We have a couple of Kim Harrison books, so I wanted to grab that for a quarter when I found it. And this little stack of teen romance fiction. What's it called? It's the It Girl. And just get those stickers off there. These were all 25 cents a piece. That was worth grabbing. And the hardcover edition of The Force Awakens novelization, and a few older Disney Storytime with Friends and Just Imagine with Barney. More old school Barney, and a few manga. Haven't been finding manga very much at all lately, so it's cool to find some of that. And then we have Love is War and Black Butler, I recognize that one, and Tokyo Ghoul. I'm pretty sure I just recently found a Blu-ray of the live-action movie of this. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. So we have that, and this is really cool. Splatoon. Actually, I didn't know there was a manga series for Splatoon. I mean, it makes sense. It's so hugely popular, especially in Japan. But Splatoon #1. Then moving on to the movies and music, and one last other random thing. What's the brand of this one? It's a Eskimo doll. That was, again, it was less than a quarter by weight, and I looked it up. If I can get it for less than a quarter and sell it for like $15, okay, that's fine. It was really nice and clean. So it's just a little extra thing to tip the scale, put on there. A couple of music things to lot up. We have The Darkness, with the parental advisory, explicit content, versions, not cleaned up versions or anything like that. We have Hotcakes, and this one is just, what is this one? Permission to Land. Darkness. Those will make a good lot. And then we have Angels and Airwaves. This one is, there are a couple of them there, a couple more scratched up. This is the only one that's really worth grabbing though. Love Deluxe Edition. So looking that one up, this CD set, and this is just a random one from theirs that'll go along with it as an interesting cover, and put that there. One video game find, we have Blood Rain 2. PS2 version of that has the manual and everything, so that was really good to grab. Don't see a lot of video games lately. These were fun. Blood Rain 1 and 2, I played them back in the day, both on the Xbox and the PS2. They were fun, but they just weren't ones for me that I would go back and replay. So these are ones that I used to own and sold years ago just because they were fun, but just not ones that I think I would go back to. Judy Garland, The Harvey Girls on DVD. This is one of the old snapper cases. I always really like these, and there are people that collect them because it was a unique little period of time towards the beginning of DVD. And these are also good for a lot of Warner Brothers movies because they were all before the years where Warner Brothers has a lot of issues with pressing. Pretty much the years that HD DVD was around, Warner Brothers HD DVDs, were a known problem, and also then the regular old DVDs printed in the same years were a problem. So I grab these pretty frequently for Warner Brothers movies. I try to grab really early DVDs or much newer, like Blu-ray prints in the last few years, that kind of thing. We have the 2-disc edition of The Running Man with the slipcover, nice shiny, and the Lord of the Rings motion picture trilogy, the 2-disc editions, the widescreen collection. I see these individually constantly, and I don't think I've ever seen the box set before, so that was an interesting little find. MASH Season 6 on DVD. And then for the VHS finds, really hoping this is in good working condition. It's in good cosmetic condition, but Mac and Me on VHS. I have the DVD and the Blu-ray, but as a kid, I always rented Mac and Me on VHS. So I've always wanted to find a VHS copy of Mac and Me, and I just haven't stumbled upon one. Hoping this is in working condition. I'll probably be watching this tonight just for fun. This is like the ultimate. If I don't want Amanda to leave me alone for 2 hours, I'll pop this in and she'll run away. Then we have The Three Ninjas. Sorry, I remember these. Renting the Three Ninjas movies are terrible, but I feel like they're one that so many people rented and enjoyed. Towards the end of the ninja craze with the Ninja Turtles, a sealed copy of Clifford Big Red Dog Big Halloween. Then we have this is a white clamshell edition of Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. It's the episode where they get married. Always really like that show. Not the typical show that I would think I would like, but something about it. And Dr. Quinn, just awesome. I would pretend to be sick all the time. Dr. Quinn was my doctor. And the last thing is this small stack of completely sealed blank tapes, some Maxwell and some Sony. Those are great because they're getting harder to find, and I don't want to really pay much for them. And I still use them. It's still my favorite way to record stuff. I like recording stuff on VHS, and I record stuff on VHS. It lasts longer if you take care of it than any of my DVD-R copies even. They always seem to do really, really well. So finding sealed ones, especially Sony, is always good. So that was this morning's find. Really, really happy, especially with all those teen fiction and Mac and Me on VHS. That's pretty awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video.